Okay, Faith, how are you feeling? Do you have any questions at all about your role?
No, I think I'm good. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, so I think I'll get the hang of it once I'm continuing to do it. It's a no-caller ID. It could be my maintenance man. Do you mind if I pick it up real quick?
Yeah, go ahead and answer it real quick. No big deal.
All right, I appreciate it. Sorry. Hello? Hey, Faith, it's your manager. Where are you? Oh, hey, ex-manager. I'm working. Why? Okay, don't play games with me, because you're not here right now, so you're obviously not working. Sorry, let me be more specific. I just finished training at my new job, so yeah, I am working at a different job. Oh, so that's why you haven't shown up the past week. Any reason why you decided not to tell me? What do you mean, why didn't I tell you? You told me that if I went on my vacation, I wouldn't have a job when I got back, so I got a job while I was on vacation, so that I wouldn't be without a paycheck. Or was that just all to intimidate me into not going on my vacation? Oh my gosh, Faith, you really need to learn how the real world works, okay? You were still on the schedule, which means you still had a job, and I don't know why you would just decide to go get another one when you had a perfectly good job here. Let me ask you a question. Is Mary Sue still there? Or when you threatened to fire her, did you just not either? No, Mary Sue has kids to take care of. I did not fire her over a couple days off during the Christmas season. Yes, I wish I had the help, but I'm not going to just ruin a woman's life like that. Yeah, I figured that. So here's the thing. I don't want to work for a manager like you because you do sneaky things. I don't know what possessed you to think that that was okay to revoke my vacation after it was already approved and then guilt trip me into staying, but then it didn't work. And you're here begging for me to come back. And I certainly don't want to work with a coworker that thinks just because she has kids that she's entitled to anything and everything, and anybody that doesn't have kids is supposed to bend over backwards for her. That's not the type of environment that I want to work in, especially for $12 an hour. Oh my gosh, Faith, you need to stop taking things so seriously, okay? It was just a huge miscommunication on all three of our parts, but that happens. That's real life. Oh, you mean like when you told me it was a mix-up and that's why my vacation was revoked, but in reality you were catering to someone with kids and discriminating against me because I didn't have kids? No. The new place that I'm working at now is so non-toxic. I don't have to deal with any of that. It pays so much more that I don't have to work as many hours and I can still have my own life. All right, well, I hope that you don't up and quit that job too. Because once I tell all of the companies and all the people that I know how you just up and left and the whole debacle that you caused over a week of vacation, you'll never be able to get a job again. You should have given me your 2 weeks notice because at least that would have shown a speck of professionalism and I may have just let it go. But now you've screwed over this company, you've screwed over me, and that's not gonna fly. So really think about that and make sure that you stay at that job because if you decide to leave that one, you'll never be able to get a job again. I really don't care. I don't have to give 2 weeks. You were about to fire me on the spot and leave me with no job after Christmas, the most busiest time of the year, right before tax season, okay? I don't care what you think. I don't care what you have to say anymore. I'm going to enjoy my new job and you can enjoy trying to replace me. Thank you.
Hey, manager, I'm about to leave. Do you need anything else before I go? Yeah, actually, I'm glad I caught you. You know, you kind of stormed out when I was talking to you earlier, and we never really got to a resolution of how we're going to handle this situation. See, I knew you weren't going to drop it, so I did go ahead and look up the employee handbook, and honestly, there's nothing in it that says I can't wear a crop top and go to a bar on my day off. Honey, just because it's not in the handbook does not mean that it's appropriate. Since the only article of clothing that would even identify me as an employee of this establishment is my vest, and I wouldn't be caught dead wearing it outside of this establishment, nothing indicated that I work here. Honey, you don't need to be wearing your vest for people to know that you work here. It's a very small town. Everybody knows everybody. Okay, manager, let me ask you this. If you saw me at a bar in a crop top, you must have been at the bar. So are you not held to a higher standard? You know, you're the manager. You have to set by example, don't you? I'm the manager, okay? Your job is not to question me. My job is to make sure that you're doing your job and not acting like that, okay? Yeah, see, that's not the case. If you're allowed to do whatever you want on your days off, that would incline that we are as well, because when we're off the clock, we are no longer part of this establishment. Plus, I had a drink and was wearing a crop top, okay? I am allowed to wear whatever I want. I'm a grown woman. I wasn't dancing on bar stools. I wasn't, flashing anyone or doing anything inappropriate. I was literally just out with friends enjoying my day off. You can't hold that against me. Honestly, I'm just looking out for you as your manager, because if you were my daughter, you would not be caught dead in the outfit that you were wearing that day. I would think that you would appreciate me coming to you in a civil matter instead of trying to throw legalities at me. It's really disappointing to see you talk to me this way. Without there being anything specifically in the handbook proving that I did something wrong, which I did not, you have no legal grounds to tell me what I can and cannot do on my day off. So this discussion is over. If you push it any farther, I will have to go to the labor board for harassment, stalking, and maybe retaliation if you try to fire me. Hey girls, what's going on? Okay, so I'm just gonna be really honest. I have about had it. Manager, once again, is causing some sketchy crap. And when I was at my grandfather's funeral, she told Jessie that I was showing up to my shift and that she didn't need to come in, although I was at my grandfather's funeral, and then called me right before I went in and told me that I needed to show up. That makes no sense. Why would she do that? Honestly, I don't know. I've been working with this company for almost 2 years and this is a constant problem. I don't like giving ultimatums because I really do love this job and most of the managers I love and respect so much, including you. But it's either her or me, or I'm gonna go find another job because I do not appreciate being lied to, being thrown around like this, my boundaries not being respected. So this is the point that I'm at right now. In all honesty, Faith, I mean, you're right, and you are not the only person that this is a problem with, but for some reason, she targets you the most, and it looks like it's became a problem of retaliation. So I will handle it, and I'm very sorry again for your loss. I hope you're okay. If you want to take today off as well just because of everything that's happened, I completely understand that. I really appreciate that. I'm already here, I'm ready to work, but I just can't deal with this anymore. Faith, okay, I know that you're about to leave, but I have a huge favor to ask you. Manager, I'm sure whatever the question is, the answer is going to be no. I know that you have already been cut and you finished your silverware, but a table of 8 walked in and I am begging you to take it, please. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. You can do it. I have manager duties that I need to do. I can't take them, and you are the only server here. I have been here since 11 this morning, and it's almost midnight. I am going home. Why can't you do it? I am not a server. You are. I am just asking you to do this one thing for me. Just this once. You are stressing way too much over an A-top. If you expect me to do it, you should do it. But this conversation is over. Okay, you know what? Fine, you can go ahead and go home, but we will be having a conversation about this tomorrow. Okay, you can talk to me about whatever you want tomorrow morning, but I am not taking that table. You really don't care about your job, do you? What if I just asked you not to come back tomorrow? You need me more than I need you. You guys are so understaffed, so if you really think threatening me with no job is gonna hurt me, it actually helps me. Fine, you know what? Walk out those doors. Try to find a job that treats you as well as we do. Oh no, how will I ever find another toxic restaurant job? Hi manager, I'm here for my first day. Well, welcome Faith. How are we feeling this morning? I'm very excited. I'm looking forward to a good day. That's perfect. So I did want to ask you, what time were you scheduled to come in today? I was supposed to be here at 11, so I just didn't know how to clock in yet. No one's taught me. Okay, so you were scheduled at 11 and it's 10:58. We do ask all of our associates to come 15 minutes early so that they have time to get ready to go before they clock in. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. No one told me that in my interview or orientation. So just get here 15 minutes early and go ahead and clock in then? No, it's no problem. Just make sure that our next shift we're showing up 15 minutes early, but no, do not clock in, okay? Oh, I don't understand. If I have to be here 15 minutes early, why wouldn't I clock in? Your shift doesn't start until 11, but we do expect all associates to come in 15 minutes early so that they have time to get ready and be ready for work, basically. I'm usually ready for work when I walk in. I have everything on, I'm ready to go. All I need to do is clock in and get to work, so... No, I understand that, and that's good on you, but it is a rule for all associates, so... Okay, so let's just say that I do come 15 minutes early, but I'm not allowed to clock in. What if somebody asks me for help? Well, if you're here and you're already ready to work, you are expected to help them, but you cannot clock in until your scheduled time. I'm sorry, I've just never been asked to show up 15 minutes early for all my shifts and not clock in.
It's not legal to work off the clock, so that's why I'm asking all these questions.
I understand, but it is our policy, so every single associate has to abide by that. Well, your policies don't override the law, so if I come in 15 minutes early, I will be clocking in 15 minutes early because that's when I'm here to start work. If you are not going to allow me to clock in, then I will be here at my scheduled time.
Okay, team lead, here's the deal. With Faith and with multiple other coworkers, you have been constantly going against policies and procedures to get people in. It's getting really bad. So let me get this straight. She's not in trouble, even though she didn't show up for her shift, but I'm in trouble because I actually tried to get somebody in here to cover. No, see, you didn't get somebody in here to cover. You changed her schedule last minute, didn't call her, didn't ask her, didn't tell her anything, and then thought that you could write her up for not showing up. I don't know why I have to explain this to you. If somebody doesn't show up for opening, you call everybody and you see if anybody can come in. If they can't come in and it's not in their availability, then you're the one to cover it. Okay, like I get it, but she was just sleeping. I know she was just sleeping, so I figured that it would be more of a push for her to come in if it was on her schedule. So if she weren't to come in, then she would know she would get written up. No, that's not how this works. In this state, if you're going to change somebody's schedule, you have to give them 24-hour notice. You can't just change their schedule and expect them to see it in time and come in and then get mad at them for not coming in. This is the first time I'm hearing about this, and honestly, I feel like it's a little bit of a favoritism between you and Faith, and I don't think it's very fair. Okay, if that's really how you feel, this is what we're gonna do. You're going to be on temporary suspension. You're still going to work, but you will no longer be a team lead. I'm going to demote you back to a normal worker, and we will go through manager training with you again. But if this happens again, and you go through training again, and you continue to break procedures and policies, we're going to have to let you go. This is so unfair. I'm doing my job, and yet I'm the one getting in trouble. You may think you're doing your job, but you're not doing it correctly. At the end of the day, if nobody comes in, you're there to cover the slack. That's what you are. That's your manager. That's what you get paid to do. It's not that difficult to understand. I'm just so fed up with all of this.
Okay, so I wanted to go over your schedule with you. Is there any particular reason why you have Tuesdays and Wednesdays off? Those are the days I chose. They're in the middle of the week, and I prefer to work, the busier days. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays have always been my days off since I started working here. Okay, so we're gonna have to switch that around a little bit. We'll need you to work either Tuesdays or Wednesdays, and we'll need you to take off either Friday or Saturday. Why do I have to take off Fridays and Saturdays? Those are the busiest days of the week. All right, on to my next point. Why is it that you only work afternoons? That schedule just works best for my personal life. I don't know why my schedule is being mixed around, but I'm happy with the schedule I have now. Okay, so we're gonna have to fix that as well. I'm gonna need you to come in for some morning shifts. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm not switching back to mornings. I've had this schedule forever, and it is the best schedule that I've had that works with my personal life, and that is important to me. No, we need you to be flexible with us, not the other way around, okay? So just let me know what weekday you'd like to work and what weekend you'd like to have off, and just let me know when the best time is for you to work mornings, okay? I hope you know that switching everyone's schedule is going to bite you in the ass, because our old manager was very accommodating and had no problems helping us with our schedule. You're going to lose a lot of people, and you're already short-staffed. I'm not switching mine up. You can do with that what you will. God, I don't know why it's so hard to find good, reliable workers these days. Okay, well, have you raised the minimum wage at all? No, it's $10 an hour like everywhere else. All right, well, are you offering full-time positions? No, full-time is only available for our management positions. Okay, well, what are your requirements to getting into a management position? Well, you either need to be with the company for at least 3+ years, or you have to have multiple college degrees. Okay, so if you're only doing part-time for entry-level employees, are you flexible with people's schedules so that they can get a second job? Absolutely not. You need full-time availability just in case we need you. Okay, well, what are your policies when somebody calls in sick or has an emergency? Well, no matter how long you're calling out sick, you need to have a doctor's note, and as far as any other type of emergency, you're not allowed to leave until you find coverage for your shift. Okay, what about any type of benefits? Health insurance? Benefits are only available for our full-time employees. Okay, fine. Let's recap. So crap wages, only part-time positions available, but you expect all your employees to have full-time availability. No medical benefits, but if someone calls out sick, you expect them to go break their bank and get you a piece of paper that says that they're sick. And in a family emergency, you really expect them to drop everything and find coverage. And you wonder why people don't want to work for you. Hey manager, can I have a word? Yes, Faith, what is it? Okay, so the schedule just came out and I noticed that I'm only working like 25 hours this week. Yeah, we've had to cut everybody's hours. Sorry. Okay, well, when I was hired as a full-time employee, which means I shouldn't have anything less than 35 hours. Nope, even the full-time employees are seeing their hours cut. Yeah, it's out of my control. Okay, well, I guess I'll just have to get another job then. Yeah, that might be a good idea because we actually don't know when the hours are going to go back to normal, so. Okay, thanks.
Later.
Hey manager, so I did get another job, so these are the hours that I can work from now on. I just wanted to let you know. Okay, Faith, that's fine. You don't have to tell me all your business, okay? Go to register 5. Something in my head thought you needed to know, but my bad. All right, I'll go then. Hey, do you need anything before I leave? Yeah, actually, I was wondering, we're a little short-staffed next Thursday. I was wondering if you wanted to come in at 5? I can't work nights now. Remember my other job, I work nights. How are you going to come to me 2 weeks ago complaining about hours and then not pick up a shift when I ask you to? Well, I mean, instead of cutting people's hours and then expecting them to come in for these shifts that you have to fill, maybe don't cut their hours and keep them at full time like they're supposed to be, and then you wouldn't have this issue. Okay, well, this is your first job, so it should be your priority, so I'm going to need you to come in. Yeah, this job should be my first priority, but you cut my hours and I can't be expected to live off of 25 hours a week, so I don't know what you want me to do. I already am scheduled that day at that time. All right, Karen, have a seat, please. Okay, what's going on? I wanted to ask if there's anything that you would like to tell us before we continue with this meeting. No, I have nothing to hide. Okay, well, these 2 men sitting behind me are loss prevention. Usually we would check the cameras first, anytime we have money missing. We had the maintenance guy come in last week because they were tampered with, which is why we couldn't check them in the first place. Are you serious? That's insane. Who would mess with cameras? Luckily, he was able to pull back footage that was lost. And we found you tampering with the cameras. And we also found you, right behind Faith, stealing money from each till every night you worked with her. There's no way. There's no way you saw that. I'm very appalled that you would blatantly come up to me to say that it was Faith, when in reality it was you. She is a horrible manager. You're gonna find that out soon enough. She does not deserve to have any high position in this place or in any place. At this point, you are terminated, effective immediately. And you are also banned from this brand of store, and you will no longer be able to apply for this brand of store in any location in this state. Great, it's always me that gets fired. Hey manager, I'm just letting you know I'm headed out, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Yes, whatever, Faith, have fun. Make sure you have your phone on just in case we need you, okay? It's my vacation time, so my phone will not be on and I will not be available until Monday. Okay, well, just because you're going on vacation does not mean that we will not need you to cover shifts, so make sure that your phone is on. Well, since I'm going to be 6 hours away, I won't be able to cover shifts anyway, so you're going to have to find someone else out of the 75 other employees that you have to cover. I'm sorry, who approved you to take a vacation that's so far away? All vacation time must be local in case we need you. Wow, you really pulled that right out of your ass, didn't you? I have never heard that in the 6 years that I've worked in retail. You're joking, right? I do not appreciate your sarcasm or attitude. No, I'm not joking. I would like to know who approved that. You know what? It doesn't even matter, all right? Obviously, you do not care about your job, so go ahead, go on your vacation. You might not have a job when you come back. All right, that's cool. I'll send you a postcard. It was great working with you guys. Yes, Karen, what's going on? Yes, Faith was scheduled yesterday at 6 a.m. and no call, no showed and did not answer any of our phone calls yesterday, and she refuses to sign the write-up. Yeah, she talked to me about that yesterday. You did not give her enough time in advance. Plus, you can ask her to work out of her availability, but you cannot force her to work out of her availability. So she does not need to sign this write-up. She's fine and good to go to work today. Why is it not okay for other people to no call, no show, but it's okay for her? Because a shift that is scheduled with less than 24-hour notice is not a valid shift. You could have asked her to come in, but you couldn't force her. And plus, she doesn't work mornings. She works 2 to 11, and you told her at 8 o'clock last night. We did not have any cashiers yesterday morning. Did you ask anybody that has morning availability? Because we have about 10 cashiers that could have worked. Yeah, I did. None of them wanted to come in on their day off. Okay, then why would you expect Faith to, one, come in the next morning after closing out of her availability when none of the morning people wanted to come in? That was your responsibility to come in, cover the open shifts. I wasn't scheduled until like 10. So as the manager, you cannot expect employees to come in out of their scheduled availability and on their day off if you're not willing to come in out of your scheduled availability and on your day off. Have a good day, Faith. Have a good shift. And you and I will have a conversation later about this because I think we need to go through more manager training with you. All right, manager. Customer service desk is closed and I'm ready to go. Is there anything else you need from me? No, everything looks good. You're good to go. I'll see you tomorrow. Actually, I won't be here tomorrow. I'm going on vacation starting tomorrow. No. I saw that you were off the schedule this week, so I gave you hours. You're here all week. Remember when you first started here, I let you know? It's been approved for months. No, I don't think either of you told me that, but it was really weird. It was all blocked off, and I had to jump through like 6 hoops just to get it unblocked. Okay, so if the days were blocked off, and you had to jump through a bunch of hoops to put me on the schedule, don't you think that they were blocked off for a reason? Okay, well, no one told me, and I was just trying to be nice and give you hours, so you're in for the rest of the week, okay? Alright, well, respectfully, I won't be here tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day. I won't be here for a week, okay? This has been scheduled off for months, and approved for months. I don't care, alright? And if you don't show up, I'm gonna have to write you up, and you're gonna have a write-up for every single day that you don't show. Okay, well then I guess I'm taking the write-up because I'm literally leaving tomorrow morning. No, you need to see if you can get a refund for the tickets because if you don't, you're gonna lose your job. No, tickets are non-refundable. You figure it out. Give me the write-up, figure it out.
Oh my god, it is 30 minutes past close. You need to clock out. Okay, there's a few things on the closing checklist I haven't gotten to. Do I just leave that for the opener and like leave a note? No, you need to complete the closing checklist. Got it. Okay, give me like 10 more minutes and I'll be done. You need to clock out right now. But you still want me to work? Yes, it's 30 minutes past close, so we need you to clock out right this second, and then afterwards you can finish the closing tasks. You want me to continue to work for free after clocking out? Yes, it's not in the budget to have closers here for longer than 30 minutes after close, but there's easily 45 minutes worth of tasks here. We all have to make sacrifices for the good of— Fuck out of here with that! That is wage theft. If you want me to keep working, I'll keep working. If you want me to clock out, I'll clock out and then stop working. It's not complicated. Wow, I feel like this is nothing but a paycheck to you. Correct. This is a soup and sandwich restaurant. I sell my time and labor for money. We're family here. I quit.